I know. You see. All right, never mind. I was thinking about the iCarly intro. My fault, y'all. What's goody, everybody?
No
Welcome
way.
to No Cooldown Podcast, episode 65. Listen, welcome back to the pod. You know what I'm saying? That pod. You know what I mean? That podcast, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? One of the best up and coming podcasts in the game. Let you know right now, I am that man Tripp. You know what I'm saying? I am stressed from work. I am stressed from life, but I am alive, damn it, and they can't stop me. And of course, I'm joined by my podcast partners in crime. First and foremost, man got the 40 series, so nobody can tell him shit no more. It is When Easy in the building. How's you doing, dog?
I'm chilling, man, chilling. Allergies are kicking my ass, but other than that, I'm pretty good.
Where he's filtering out all the allergies and stuff in his house with the what's the name with the 40 series. I hear you. I hear you. It is what it is. It is what it is. And also, you know what I'm saying, my other podcast partner in crime, he is apparently mad about something in this podcast. I don't know what. He hasn't revealed what topic he's mad about, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But King VIII is in the building. What's poppin', dog?
I'm not wondering if that iCarly theme song is like a cult song because it says "Wake up the members of my nation."
Bro, low key, it might be. When you think about it,
That
now
sounds crazy. Like I
now
was a
I'm about
kid
to look
watching
up
that.
these lyrics, bro.
It
Oh my,
says "Wake up the members of my nation. It's
yeah.
your time to be. There's no chance unless you take one." Like that. That sounds like some
Mm.
hidden bloodlines.
Give me your best and leave the rest to me, like your life.
Blood sacrifice.
Sacrifice?
This is
Yo,
sounding
man. Yo,
crazy.
this is crazy. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, yeah. And Dan Schneider wrote it? Yeah, nah, there might be something to it. There might be something. There might be something to this. There might be something to this. I'm surprised there wasn't no foot bar in there, bro. Nut ass thing. Oh my goodness, bro. That's very wild. That's out of pocket. But you know what's not out of pocket? Rating this podcast 5 stars though. Go on your audio podcast platform, Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Go on there, type in No Cooldown. We should be right there. Rate us 5 stars. We're also available on other podcast platforms as well, like Google Podcast, Stitcher Radio, uh, YouTube, guys, YouTube. Make sure you guys check us out on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@NoCooldown, and check out the brand new Unshadow Band TikTok. Let's go, baby. Just type in No Cooldown Podcast in full. That's No Cooldown Podcast in full. And you should see the new TikTok. Go follow us there. All the conversations brewing up. People are apparently crackheads due to one's comments the other day. It's going on. Really great stuff. Really great engagement over there. So make sure you go add to the conversations and good stuff happening on that side. You don't want to miss out. So we got some stuff going on this week, man. You know what I'm saying? Some new topics, some, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of everything, honestly. It was a good little balance here. I know some people were happy, some people were mad, a lot of things were moving, but we got stuff to cover. So with that being said, gentlemen, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Born ready.
Well, let's get to it then. Let's get to it. The first story here. So Sony has turned up the prices for PlayStation games on Steam in a few different regions, namely Canada, Chile, Argentina, Japan, and a couple of different ones. Aside from the ones I mentioned, they have aligned, with some predictions actually that PlayStation would eventually jump up the price across the board over the next year on Steam. So thoughts on them, upping the price on PC platform.
I like I don't know why they're doing it. I guess like some transparency would be nice, but it's Sony, so it's like, are we really gonna get that transparency? Like, are they really gonna sit down and be like, oh, the reason we're upping the price is for valid reasons and not because we want money?
You know what time it is. You know damn well what time it is, man. Listen, we couldn't have nice things, so it's time to apply, what I'm saying, very unnice tactics to get said nice things. So I seen it, and according to some of the articles and stuff, they were like altering the price based on what game you got, or get based on like the certain game. So like Returnal wasn't
Wait,
at
what?
if you look at the article, like I'm about to say I'm gonna quote it here. So people, say no bullshit. It was from Yahoo News, literally from Yahoo News, Yahoo Entertainment. It was an article by Nicholas Tan. He was saying that in these regions, they were basically adjusting the price by, it depended on what the game was. So like for Returnal, it would have been a certain price range, but if it was Miles Morales, it might have been more. If it was God of War, it might have been a different jump. And it depends how long the game's been out, how long the game's been out on Steam, and a lot of different other factors like that. But it's not like an across the board jump. It's depending on what the game is. So I'm like, damn, you was trying to shortchange like this? Like this some bullshit, low key. And I'm just saying, from what I've seen, if a company tests something in Argentina, we at least got a 50-50 shot of this going across the board. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I've seen many things get tested in Argentina. Some things don't, you know what I'm saying? Some things don't get out, but some things do. So they're actively considering this like, wholesale type of beat. So interesting. But I'm good. Don't do this. Please. We already gotta wait half a year. Why we gotta wait half a year and they get a $20 markup on the same game to play it on an inferior console? No disrespect, but come on, like tighten up,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Nutty. Was that the one you were mad about, King?
No.
Oh my goodness, now we're gonna be fucking guessing this entire night, baby. We're gonna be guessing. So next up here, we got a reveal for Funko Fusion, which is the latest game from 1010 Studios. That is a huge action adventure title akin to the Lego games that features a ton of characters from famous franchises and in third-person madness. So thoughts on Funko Fusion?
Funko Fusion sounds fun.
Yeah, it looks really good. I think it's gonna be really interesting because it's gonna be the first time a lot of Funko collectors are gonna see their Funko Pops outside of a box. Shout out to them. They're gonna be super like, whoa, this has a back to it. It's gonna be nuts. I might pick it up. We'll see what the gameplay is like, but it could, if they do this right, this could be as big as a Lego franchise, and we know how big those games are.
Yeah, people try to deny it, but Lego games are a force.
No, those games are amazing.
Elite series. And if anybody tells you otherwise, they are wrong. They're definitely wrong. But yeah, honestly, and I feel like from what I see in the trailer, they have a lot, not necessarily like less kid friendly, but like definitely more a wider range of properties in their game. I saw Chucky, I saw what's it called, Jurassic Park. Saw a lot of horror franchises that were mixed in there as well. I'm just like, yo, they could actually be cooking with something really, really cool. I'm gonna be real. Like there's a lot of dope stuff in there, and I'm very interested. I am very interested. And I think there was one that was like the Thing too, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
what?
yeah,
Nice.
not the Fantastic Four one, like literally the alien joint, where it's like, oh, you don't know who's who. Like that's lit. That's lit. So if we have something that's even in the same general field vicinity as a Lego game like this, it's gonna be a ton of fun. I might actually be tapped in. I don't even care, you know what I'm saying, how it looks. If you tell me it's kiddie or not, I don't give a damn. This looks solid. Yeah, I'm interested. All right. Pushing forward here. The next run-in for the new season of Apex entitled Arsenal is here with a bunch of teaser information, including a brand new trailer for the character Ballistic, who's an assault character with an alleged kit of carrying extra weapons, debuffing enemy weapons in various ways, and an ultimate buff to team weapon skills, mags, and all that good stuff. A weapon mastery system that should be coming to the game in the next few weeks, and updates to Ranked and World's Edge. So thoughts on some of the early information on the next season Arsenal for Apex Legends?
I,
Oh, is this the one?
No.
Damn.
No.
I thought this was gonna be the one.
Damn.
Nah, no way. No. I don't get mad at this game anymore.
Oh wow.
I'm fixed. But honestly, I have I have zero opinions. Like the season could flop, the season could not flop. It is what it is. It's Apex. I think it's kind of getting to that point where it's kind of getting to that COD point. People are gonna kind of just play it regardless. Not to the same level. It's definitely not got as many loyal players, but while it's playable,
Yeah.
I don't think not much is gonna like actually make that change.
Yeah, to an extent, I agree with that. They'd have to do something catastrophic to really get their player base away from them
Yeah.
at this stage in the game. In terms of the character and stuff, I actually like from the character like trailer and stuff that I saw, really interesting character. What's it called? According to what the kit is, I'm interested. I actually like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different weapon buffs and stuff, a little different look. I'm pretty sure this was somewhere in the data files, but I can't remember if I saw this beforehand or not. But the kit looks pretty cool. I'm down for like some mule kick and extra weapon and stuff. Like maybe you just don't put any attachments on it, which is fine by me. So that's cool. Weapon mastery, I guess gun challenges and stuff. That I feel like that's something that should have been in the game, but that's another thing that just I guess slipped my mind because I wasn't playing it. Updates to ranked. I'm just gonna sprinkle some holy water. I hope you guys can address it because that's gonna be a mess any way you slice it. And updates to World's Edge. I don't know if you need updates to World's Edge. I would ask, what I'm saying,
Nah,
most of the tryhard
definitely.
players, but we'll see what you do. We'll see what you do. But overall, I'm just like, just show us the updates now. Now it's time to just show us the updates. I'm cool with the character. It
Yeah.
looks good. Let's see what you're really working with before I make an actual, defining decision to re-download this game.
Yeah, I was actually having a conversation about the rank changes specifically, just because that's probably one of the things that I would care about the most.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of saying they had a good thing going a couple of seasons ago when they made changes in season 13,
Yeah.
where they made everyone have to care about playing till the end.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really do any like they didn't make it easy, and that was the thing that a lot of players were conflicted on.
Yeah.
But now we've got all of these like game modes and stuff that people can do. I think now is the good time to actually reintroduce, the harder way to play Apex, because there's so much for the quote unquote casual players to do now.
Mhm.
So I hope
Interesting.
that's what they do, because it makes sense in my head.
Yeah, I agree. At least allow those pathways. Again, we talked about this in a prior episode, but it's like, okay, if everything feels like ranked, I don't even want to play Apex. Let's have some actual variety in what we have, a consistency to where people can be put in certain brackets and enjoy their time on the game. But now, okay, cool. If follow King's word, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we have these places for casuals and people who are just getting in there, squatting up, doing different things, more creative stuff, the private lobbies. Okay, now that we have that, now let's readdress ranked. Let's readdress a big, let's say a big glaring, hole and issue in terms of the entire experience because it's been constantly over tweaked and people complain about this, complain about that. Let's make it to where it's actually an engaging thing that gets, when people involved, it's a committed experience. You know what I'm saying? Not people backing out, what I'm saying, all the time doing some stupid shit. So yeah, I would agree. I think it's time to lock back in on ranked.
Yeah, man, definitely about time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this game. Honestly, when I saw new Apex news, I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess that
Yeah,
game still is lit, huh?"
I didn't ban at it, bro. I was just like, oh,
Yeah, I saw it the other day, and I'm just like, damn, it's crazy because every time we mention it, I feel like again, it's most times we bring it up, it's at the beginning of a season. It's not like we're talking about it continually. We just bring it up at the beginning of a season when there's new information, and then every time gets less and less exciting. I'm just like, damn, bro, you used to be you was the man, homie. What happened to you? Like,
I remember there was an episode where we had news on regular Apex and Apex Mobile. That's how big Apex was at one point, and now it's kind of just like, "Oh, Apex is still around? Cool."
facts.
don't get me wrong. Like
It's not
within
saying
the
it's not
community, Apex
huge.
is eating.
Yeah,
Like there's a lot of stuff going.
yeah, not say it's not huge.
For like Apex internally,
Facts.
like what they're doing, they've got like the whole realm thing going. Pro League just started back up.
Facts.
We've got LAN in a couple months. Like things are still going, but maybe it's peaked, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
I feel like we did talk about that as well. Like, did it hit that? Like, did it hit the zenith? Did it hit its top? You know what I'm saying? Did it hit that big point? Now it's just kind of coasting into a comfortable lane. Not necessarily the top of the entire gaming industry, but just in its own comfortable flow. Maybe. I don't know, man. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Quick little story here. Sega of America has officially unionized, supporting 100+ employees across several gaming operations, making Sega one of the latest in a slew of companies unionizing like Activision and ZeniMax. So thoughts on this?
Cool. I'm happy for them. Is Sega is Sega a Japanese company, or like, am I wrong to think that?
I believe they do have a branch that is, yeah, their headquarters from Sega is in what's it called? It's in Tokyo, but they have an American, like their American branch is there.
Right.
I don't know.
No, I mean,
I'm not sure if it applies across the entire way because like legal systems will be different. But Sega of America operates like that's a big ass chunk. So
Yeah, no. I mean, I think it's awesome. I think a lot of these companies, like, I think unionizing is going to bring back the quality of gaming that people want.
Yeah,
Just because
literally.
a lot of people are overworked and they're tired and they don't want to be. No, if you're not at work like happy, if you're not at work rested and like well taken care of, you're not going to do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I feel like anybody can relate to, because if you go to work tomorrow and you're like super dead tired, you're not gonna be doing your best work, whether you like the company or not. And like with
Yeah,
crunch and all those kind of things, man, like there's just it's impossible for me to believe that they're going to be doing their best works as developers, as whatever, when you're sitting there like, man, I don't want to be here right now.
That ass. And this is the next stop in a trend that I want to see much more of. I think like Wen said, in order to achieve quality, again, you have to realize that there are people on the other end of this process that we have in video games. This exchange between, from developing a game to actually receiving it in your hands. There's a whole slew of people who are involved in, the day to day, trying to make it grind, trying to get all these polygons right in this little thing. Like, so many intricate processes that it's intensive, and sometimes it can get too much. So protecting them to make sure that they're good, in turn, make sure the game's as good as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, it allows for a lot more of that room. It negates the crunch. Now, it may come at a cost to, maybe getting like everything out in like super fast time turnaround, but you got plenty of games to play, bro. I would rather, again, the quality of the process and, the health of the people making it is top, because if that's not, that's gonna reflect in the game in one shape or another. So I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad I'm glad the people who are, on the front lines of making games, they're getting protected more and more. So all may this continue. That's all I gotta say.
yeah. Word. Literally, like just going back to the point, the same like basic statement that Ben said. Unionizing is just gonna prevent a lot of bad shit from happening.
Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, you seen when Activision get on that shit, we like, yo, dang, all right, people got to be serious about this, bro. When Activision doing some shit like, before people, and they're doing something
Mhm.
right before people, it's not like a terrible thing. Like, hey, yo, yeah, let's tap in with them, man. This might be the actual like industry development that needs to continue. Let's look on
Yeah.
this.
At one point, somebody said, "You know what? Activision was right," and it was the first time that sentence was said.
Listen, man. Hey, it's been very, very strange times since 2020, man. But this is at least a positive development from that weird trend. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Keep going. Moving on here. A lot of chatter has popped up surrounding the Asus ROG Ally Mobile handheld, which is launching May 11th and under $1,000 at a price point. Now, it's being billed as 50% faster than the Steam Deck at 15 watts power draw, and twice as fast at full power, 8 times faster than the Switch, 1080p 120 hertz IPS screen, and running on AMD's new mobile-ready Z1 and Z1 Extreme chip set. So, thoughts on this Asus ROG trying to get into the mobile side?
you know, you know who's gonna enjoy this?
Mm.
That one guy on Bugs Therapy.
Mm. You don't think people are gonna be tapping into this over the Steam Deck?
No. No.
Why not?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like we hit a peak at Steam Deck and no one else is gonna really gonna trust anything else.
So I can
Like,
see that.
are these phones that popular? Like,
These
I'm genuinely
phones.
like,
Now who's
That's
sounding
so
old?
funny.
Like-
Now who's sounding old?
But like he's not wrong though, because that's what they kind of are.
like that's literally how I see them. It's just like you want to call it a handheld. This is basically a phone. Like,
So I think that
under
I kind of
1,000
agree.
sounds crazy.
Yeah, I kind of agree with King on this, just because like while I do think that a stronger Steam Deck is pretty cool, at the end of the day, if I spend any amount of money over $500, um, a lot of the time it really comes back to like, should I spend it on this handheld PC, or should I spend it on a PC, or should I spend it on a console, right? Like, if it's more expensive than the Steam Deck, man, I don't know who it's for, because I think the biggest reason a lot of us like the Steam Deck is because this is for people who have a PC, who want that handheld experience like a Switch, but don't want to buy a Switch because they're so low power. And you're gonna price point this at more. If you price point this more than $400, $500, you've already beat out PlayStation 5s. So you're gonna be sitting there like, do I want this or a PlayStation 5? And honestly, I mean, I'm always gonna like push people to go towards PCs, but if you're not really leaving the crib with this thing, you really need it. Like you could just get a PS5 and enjoy it. Because if I got a Steam Deck, the reason I would want a Steam Deck is because I want to plug it into TVs around my house that my PC can't get to. Like that's why I would want a handheld computer. So I kind of agree with King. Like I don't know if this is necessarily like the best idea, you know?
Mm.
I feel like this whole concept came from the marketing team. Like it didn't from anywhere with actual sense.
Mm.
Now,
Just
yeah.
man.
Listen. All I'm saying is this. I do like that they're coming out the gate, with these technical, technical benchmarks to at least say like, okay, there's going to be some difference here. There's some differential quality about their hardware. It actually runs faster than damn near everything else, which is good. The question that really would solidify what this is what is your native, I guess, support for gaming platforms? Are you gonna have like Microsoft Store native on your platform stuff? Are you gonna have like some type of PlayStation interface native on your platform? Because Steam Deck has Steam as its native background for games. Like you download stuff from the Steam store, you get stuff from Steam. Your account is connected from Steam. What is Asus ROG's, like go-to platform base? What is that gonna be? If
Epic
you
Games.
oh shit! Listen,
That would be nuts.
that could be, and that could be a competitor. That actually is viable. That's somewhat viable. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't even think of that. But literally, like if you have something like Xbox apps that can be natively used, the Xbox interface that can be natively used on that thing, I think that makes it really enticing, in my opinion, because there's just that level of access. It's just that level of access on a stronger piece of hardware, and I don't know where this thing will end up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many options you would have. I'm not just gonna go the Steam Deck route and do like the memory differentials, like 250 gigabytes, all that good stuff. But I mean, like a 600, 700, I could see it being in that range of 600, 700, which makes it somewhat reasonable. You know what I'm saying?
But here's my question, Tripp.
Mm.
You got $700, no consoles, no PC. Are you spending that on this device?
See, that's my personal situation, and then that's the consumer situation we're talking about. The general consumer. I'm just saying, listen.
The general consumer is crying about $70 on a game.
That's also that's a fair point.
That's
We don't
true.
have that money.
It's a fair kind of point.
They're
Fair kind of
crying
point.
about 500 for a PlayStation with a disc drive, man. Like, I don't know who this is for, bro. Like $300 for a Switch. Sure, the Switch is not the best system. I will be the first one, the second one, and the third one to admit that the Switch system sucks. But like at the end of the day, I only spent $300 on this bad boy. You know what I'm saying? And I get Mario, where I can't really get that anywhere else. Like that's the appeal of that system.
And this is where I think it's a tough uphill battle, because even though the hardware looks really good at this place, even though they're boasting all these technical stats, what support are you gonna have? What native base are you gonna have that can continually update and innovate like a Steam Deck can? Because off the rip, like, you know what I'm saying, you can have a Steam Deck and in like 15 minutes you can download an emulator, you can download all this stuff and have it ready to go. You know what I'm saying? 10 minutes flat. You have all that support, you have future updates, you have a lot of stuff. You have a lot of security in the infrastructure of what Steam can build through Steam Decks, plan to develop a Steam Deck. They have a solid roadmap of where they're gonna go, what features they're gonna add, all that stuff. That's security. That's comfort in your purchase, because you'll be covered with good updates and all that other stuff for like a good 5-10 years or however long they run their support for that platform. I don't see where it's coming from with Asus ROG. I don't know where they would get it exactly. It's kind of like, again, a show up and prove it deal, and the technical quality alone cannot sell the entire console for the casual consumer. We talked about this last week with the Redfall stuff. Like, the technical requirements of something alone cannot fully sell what, you know what I'm saying, what people are looking to buy through, what the casual consumer is buying to. Not y'all people on TikTok, not you specifically who got like 10 PCs in your room and is mad hot as hell and you in the basement right now. Not y'all. I'm talking about the general consumer who doesn't know any better, who's just looking for games to play, who's just looking for random mobile handhelds. So it's going to be an uphill battle. I don't think it's one that they'll eventually win, in my opinion, because Steam is set up very, very well, and they've fortified their stuff like really, really well. But I think they do have some type of earshot if they have a lot of native support off the bat. That's just me. Damn, got me arguing with y'all aces. Hey man, let me get a card or something, bro. Let me get a graphics card, bro, for my troubles. I'm out here fighting for y'all honor.
It sounds sick on paper, but is like it really does sound sick on paper. But them releasing this and saying under 1,000, like not having like a kind of specific price point that they want to hit is just scary.
Yeah, because that can go anywhere. That could be like, again, they could say like 99, like 999. I'm like, wait, what you mean under 1,000 plus shipping and handling? Then we over.
Yeah,
So
it's
techie. It's techie. I can't even lie. But we'll see. All right. Finally got some update from the telenovela known as the Microsoft Activision deal. And we got some reports from several sources that Microsoft is ready to close and button it up, with some contacts close to the situation saying that Microsoft are, quote, going to cram this down the FTC's throats. So, thoughts on Microsoft finally pushing for the win and closing up shop on this deal?
Congratulations.
Man, I don't know. Like, I guess. I don't like at this point, it's just gone on for so long that I don't even really remember many of the details anymore. Like, it's just been so. I feel like this has been going on since the podcast started. I feel like for episode 1 was like Activision, like Activision might sell to Microsoft. If they sell, if they get it, like sure. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal as anymore. But then I also am not 100% sure. I'm still against this entire thing, but I'm not as worried as I was when I first heard about the deal.
Yeah. At this point, just close it up so y'all can shut the hell up and get on with making games, bro. Hey, man, please.
Hey, look at me crying out for you guys.
Well, listen, bro, you got franchises that are dying. You got infrastructure that's melting at the seams. You got a CEO to fire, so Bobby Kotick does not appear anymore. We gotta hurry up and get things in order, guys. Let's just move this along, man. It's been a really good series. Had some good laughs. Got my popcorn out. Almost cried my grandmama watching this. It was some really enticing, enthralling stuff. But it's time to close up shop, and we'll see what happens from there. But it was funny for both of y'all making fools of yourselves for a minute, man. It was really funny. I'll always cherish those memories.
They really thought they were debating about something serious as well,
bro. They were.
They was really in there thinking that they was in an episode of Suits.
Bro, both of them was really going to war over how much they sucked, and it was hilarious. He was like, bro, like, yo, as soon as we let go of this, we're gonna be so fragile. They're gonna ruin the game on our platform. And the Xbox is like, yo, we suck ass in Europe. As soon as we touch down on European soil, like we're straight up garbage. We're booty cheeks. I'm like, dog, stand up.
Stand up,
have some
bro.
decorum.
Like, Jesus, all right. Some people are going to bat for you. Like, there's some kid walking into middle school like that day who yesterday was talking crazy about PlayStation, and Xbox is like, we get no sales. Who's about to walk into a slaughterhouse? Because best believe I'd have been on that ass if it was in my middle school.
Getting his shit fried in a lunch, bro. Like, I just want to come to enjoy my life and learn, bro.
Yeah, the only thing I'm looking forward to about this entire deal is the simple fact that after this, maybe we'll get some sick ass showcases. You know, maybe we'll get some like, hey, all right, so now that we don't have to pretend to be bad companies, let me show you Spider-Man 2. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Let's hope this shakes the fear into everybody and start dropping like heat every time they pop out. I hope. One can only hope. Man. All right, moving on here. We've already got word from Guerrilla Games studio head Angie Smet that a new Horizon game is already in the works. As she stated, we have full confidence in our new leadership, expanding the world of Horizon with Aloy's next adventure and our exciting online project. So, thoughts on this?
Some people saying that it was gonna be like an online Horizon game, like a multiplayer game. And if it's like a co-op game, I'd be more inclined. I'm definitely not doing the bow 1v1s. That sounds horrible to me. But I I say this every single time a Horizon story comes up. I gotta play these games, man, because there's no way I'm missing that. Like, there's no way I've just missed out on all of it. I think that this is sick. I love the pivot that Guerrilla Games has made from Killzone to Horizon. Like, I'm
Facts.
happy that they didn't just like, all right, we're done. We're done making games because PlayStation doesn't want any more Killzone games. Um, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I want to see something else from them. Like, it doesn't have to be anything huge. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. But like when Insomniac, Insomniac is known for Ratchet and Clank, but then they stepped out into Spider-Man. They stepped out into Sunset Overdrive. Like, they got some bangers, right? They've done Horizon. They've done Killzone. I've and if unless I'm missing something, please let me know if I'm missing a game that they've made. I would love to see them try their hand at something else. Try their hand at something new.
Mm-hmm. I hear it. And it's been unfortunate that the Horizon games, they've been again solid. I need to go play through the what's it called, the Burning Shores DLC in the second, but like it's tough that their reception has been overshadowed by like some gargantuan games around their release times,
Every time.
it's that's actually so unlucky. That is so unlucky. Like, and it's not even like I don't even think they meant to do it like on purpose. I'm pretty sure they've released their dates first both times. Like,
Yes.
they released their dates first, and just an absolute behemoth pulls up behind them. Was like, "Yo, you got this space dog?" Like, "Nah, you're good, you're good, you're good," and he just scoots you out the way. Like, it sucks. But Horizon's a pretty quality series. Horizon from top to bottom has been a pretty quality series from the jump, and I think this is one where it's like, yo, it's justified. We're seeing more of it. Honestly, I'm just excited to see where they would take it next. So I'm assuming here Horizon 3 would be its own thing, and then an online multiplayer project, some online project would be, just there'd be two separate projects. They'd be split, and I'm interested to see what develops from it. Like, I guess would it be more like MMO style, or would it be like like an actual online, like again 4-player co-op or 2-player co-op campaign type thing? Interested to see how it develops, but more Horizon at this stage is a good thing.
I think it's cool. Always down for some Horizon. Um, I agree with when I do want to see something new. Like I think a new Killzone would be cool.
Yeah, Sony gonna need a shooter. I tell you that much.
Sony is indeed going to need a shooter.
They gonna need a shooter. If developments are holding true.
Like I don't know how much the community would agree or whatever, but I think a new Killzone game would be cool.
I would rock with a new Killzone, man. I would rock with a new Kill. But yeah, funny you mentioned that though, because PlayStation was also in the news this week, and they have officially acquired Firewalk Studios, and they have stated that Firewalk is hard at work with PlayStation's next original AAA multiplayer game for first-party release. Now, Firewalk was established in 2018 with industry veterans who have experience on games like Call of Duty, Destiny, Apex, Mass Effect, Overwatch, and then they have some movie franchise experience like all the Avengers MCU movies, Pacific Rim, Up, and Inside Out. So a really eclectic mix of games here, but again, some shooter experience mainly, and a lot of different action movies and a lot of animated films in there. Thoughts on this?
This could be very interesting.
Yeah.
This could be very, very interesting.
I think that this was a pretty smart move. I think that it's funny after hearing like, hey, uh, yeah, the Activision thing's gonna go through, and PlayStation's like, oh, word. So what y'all got going on over there? What's the word on that studio you got going on there? I think it's pretty funny, but also like shout outs to them boys. I think that this is a good pickup, and I hope that this isn't. And Sony's known for making companies, for building companies up too. Like this isn't something.
Yeah,
It's something
that
that
is
they're
true.
known for.
That is true. That is one of the positives of this, that you kind of see them. It's not just kind of one of those ones where you'll see them pick up and drop. so I know they're cooking something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is an interesting thing about this is again, this is one of Sony's weak points. If you're gonna be honest, they don't really have shooters like that. Like,
No, they
and
don't.
Yeah, definitely not.
and it's funny to see how timing is gonna come into play because they got Destiny making something for them. That's probably most likely gonna be a shooter. They got this game that popped up that's gonna be a shooter. So it's like, yo, like I feel like they were like succession planning for how Call of Duty might have panned out to see if they can really make something that that sticks. So I'm interested. Again, all the games that were mentioned, all the veterans that were part of this new Firewalk team, sounds some really good experience. It sounds like a lot of the old Bungie Respawn crews actually came together, which is again a really good sign because Bungie and Respawn they took
Really good sign.
a lot of
Yeah.
good elements from a lot of good parts of again those games. And it would be interesting to see what exactly what devs had what experience. And then you threw in Apex, doing Mass Effect, Overwatch as well. Some really good stuff, some really good experience on multiplayer. Not only multiplayer but just beautiful games, really good, engaging. You know what I'm saying? Multiplayer or single player games. Mass Effect is also in there. And I'm just wondering where the set piece, well, just the artistic stuff from the movie side will come in. Is that just for the narrative or something, or is it just like I'm so confused at what it is. It's early doors, but this mix up of experience sounds really exciting for that stuff. So, AAA multiplayer, PlayStation, this could be what they're looking for.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's cool. Like, I'm gonna go on a tangent here, but I was on YouTube, looking up like old Titanfall videos, and I was just like, bro, they don't fucking make games like this anymore.
Bro,
Back in my day.
if
Bro,
if
like,
only
back
if
when
only
I
we
was
knew.
back when I couldn't even see properly, but I was killing. Like, they wasn't making games like this anymore, bro.
Only we knew. That's insanity, bro. Insanity. But hey, yeah, we gonna see. We gonna see about Firewalk. Moving on here, hot off the press from the rumor mill, but Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon could be releasing on August 25th, 2023, with many doubts over its turnaround time after announcement in December. This could be a really big splash in the 2023 Game of the Year conversation if things hold up. So thoughts on this?
You already know what I'm gonna say. You already know what I'm gonna say.
I believe when
I
see it.
hope that the game. I
believe-
hope the game is amazing. I hope it's awesome. I hope it's everything everybody wants. But I hope it reviews poorly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on it. It's so crazy though that like you're telling me it's dropping in August. It's April, end of April. May's coming up. You're telling me you're dropping this game no press, like basically 2 months out. That is some
I ain't going.
enormous nuts on the FromSoft team. Like it's from enormous nuts is what the name of the company should be. If they're dropping a game with absolutely zero news outside of we're making a game.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. There's anybody that's earned the right over the past 18 months to have, what I'm saying, gigantic testicles in a release window. Probably FromSoft. Probably them. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this kind of makes sense to me. I'm not even gonna lie. Because if the apparent development cycle of this game holds true, and again, like they were rotating between 2 to 3 projects, this has been in the making for like a good maybe like 4 or 5, 6 years. So I can see this. This is really feasible. You know what I'm saying? And somebody please fact check me because did we make a dollar bet on this or no, Win? Do we not?
I don't remember. I don't mind giving you $1 because I do believe that it was supposed to come out next year. And I'll make the bet now, even them saying, even with the rumors out, because I don't see it happening, and I'll pay for my
Transgressions.
Exactly. Like I'll pay to say this shit shouldn't be happening. I don't mind. I'll make the $1 bet.
All right,
I'm good for the $1.
Bet. Say this. I'll go double check if we actually did it beforehand, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But honestly, I would not be surprised if we see something at what's it called, Summer Game Fest. I would 100% not be surprised whatsoever. Like, I can see it. I can see it. Like this is in that weight of territory as Spider-Man now when it comes to just like like our body, my body, my body. We coming through with big titles. So when we drop, just be ready. And watch Spider-Man gonna come late summer and gonna be like, yo, hey, we're here now, guys. What's up? And that's it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna we're probably getting something at Summer Game Fest or end of summer at some type of PlayStation event. And then you're just gonna get the marketing run. Everything's gonna come at one time. It's gonna be like a flood, but you won't hear anything about it beforehand. And I think that Armored Core 6 is going to be in that same echelon in terms of how it drops. So I fully see it. August, bring it on. All right. Now, after a wave of review bombing on the Burning Shores DLC for Horizon Forbidden West, due to the relationship of Aloy within the game, or Aloy, I keep saying the name wrong. Apologies. Review sites Metacritic have verified that it will implement stricter moderation policies moving forward. Now, reviews that violate policies have been getting deleted, and tighter grips on the situation are being applied for Metacritic across the board. So, thoughts on this?
Yo,
Oh
can
my-
we just not get this website removed?
You want to get it? You want to take it down?
Bro, like I just feel like I always hear bad stuff.
And I don't think it's Metacritic's fault necessarily. They just compile all the reviews. They leave it open source, but it's like it's tough when half of the people who are contributing to the website are dickheads. So that's a tough.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. If they make it so you have to link your PlayStation, Steam, or any of the,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? Like if they make that,
verify.
oh my,
Verify.
I'm dancing my way to the bank, bro. I'm gonna be so excited because I'm tired of you freaking you cavemen seeing something on Twitter or seeing something from your stupid favorite YouTuber and being like, "Oh yeah, this game sucks. Let me go over there and review bomb it." Oh my God, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. I'm not one for gatekeeping, but reviewing games you haven't played, I'm putting the gate up, bro. I'm setting up gates all across the way. I'm setting shifts. I'm working double overtime to keep you guys from reviewing games.
Said he's sitting shifts.
Like, I'm over it, bro. Y'all don't know a damn thing, but you guys have the absolute. You get an email and a name, and then you get to say that this game sucks without playing it. Absolutely not. Get them out of here, ref. I don't want to hear y'all opinions about anything.
Yo, Loki, if they do this verification stuff, they are about to employ a fuck ton of people. Oh my God.
I cannot wait. Please, Metacritic, I beg. I beg,
Just
bro.
tighten-
Because then I'm gonna
tighten
ask
up.
people who tweet out stupid things. Yo, what's your Metacritic account? So I can go read them reviews, buddy. I'm checking in. I'm gonna need credentials. You can't get past this gate without showing me your papers, bro.
Turn this shit to a gaming checkpoint. That's crazy.
Bro, I'm checking your credentials.
Oh man, but this is something that needed to happen from a long time, man. This is something that needed to happen from a long time. Like, especially when the I would say the again, just in general, the public reception, but also again, like the extent of how much money you can make through marketing, through word of mouth. That's heavily affected by how people skew this stuff. And half of the time, people don't even see when things get review bombed. They just see the review. They just see the score. They just see, oh yeah, this got really rated low and stuff like that. People aren't as privy to checking in with the news from time to time. You know what I'm saying? So it's a negative reflection. It's a strenuous situation for people who worked on that game really hard, and they're stuck with that because people were being dickheads. So I'm glad that Metacritic's tightening up, and I'm hoping these moderation policies can be really clamped down on all these bums that have taken the time out of their measly days to not spend any money, which they don't have. It's tough that they don't, but they're gonna spend time anyways. You know what I'm saying? Out of their bum ass lives to review bomb something just because they saw one little thing on there and didn't experience the entire game itself. Again, the moderation policies are gonna have to be tight because there will be people who play through a whole entire experience and don't enjoy it or have their gripes. Cool, whatever. But you can call them out when you see them. You can tell when you see them. You know what I'm saying? Talking about there's agendas, there's all this and that. I remember when gaming was game. Like, bro, shut up, bro. And they did this all because Aloy had a dialogue option. There was a dialogue option where she can kiss her companion. And I'm like, bro, you niggas are losers. You don't y'all don't ever have this dialogue option in real life. You can never access this with real people. You can never do that. That's like out of bounds for y'all. That's a glitch in y'all game. Y'all don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So why y'all taking out on Aloy? Because she trying to get her, get her life together and save the world and all that good stuff. And you being loser. That's tough on you.
I understand that like kissing a girl may, ruin the realism of your gaming experience because you're like, yo, this doesn't happen IRL. But like, yo, take a chill pill, Go play something else, man. Just go enjoy. Do anything else. Just go do anything else. We don't need
Facts.
fake reviews for people who are not playing the game.
Facts. Like you rating all these games low for no reason, but the bitches don't rate you. That's the tough part.
God,
Mm, mm,
God
mm.
damn.
Tough. But on the more positive news here, after the 8-year cycle of development, Dead Island 2 opened up to a big first week, selling 1 million copies in just its first weekend out. So thoughts on the comeback and how the game's been looking? How are you feeling about Dead Island 2?
Honestly, part of me feels like I did myself a disservice by not buying this game because I was waiting on this game for a long time and then I gave up on it. And then now it's out and people are enjoying it. And I'm seeing all the cool clips, I'm seeing all the cool videos. And I'm like, damn, man, I wish I had money to like pay for this game. Cause I feel like as somebody who watched the first trailer when it was announced, I should have been on one of the first people to cop this game. It looks really fun. It looks like a lot of fun, especially if you're playing co-op. I might have to circle the block on this. It's 3 players. If y'all want to see a no cooldown playthrough
Yo,
or no
let's run
cooldown
it.
stream,
I'm down.
that would be pretty
I
funny.
am down. I'm very, very down for that, bro. I'm very down. But this is a prime example of what we say when we proclaim we want games to come out as good as they possibly can. So take your time. And this was a case of this is a development hell. This was 8 years in the making. 8 years of long, you know what I'm saying, tough cycles. The game was dead. The game wasn't dead. You had, you know what I'm saying, Goat Simulator making mock trailers about you. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God.
Speaking ill on your name. It's a tough place to be, but they weathered through the storm. They found their footing. They kept pushing through, and they created something that stuck. That stuck with a lot of people, and a lot of people were waiting on it, man. A million copies first weekend. There's a lot of people that don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? It takes people a long time to even get that 500,000 copies. You know what I'm saying? Let alone a million copies sold. So wonderful stuff from Dead Island 2. I'm glad that they've had this break, and honestly, yeah, I'm ready to spin the block with y'all, man. And listen, 3-player co-op, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't 6-player co-op. I'm not even mad at that, but I'll take 3. I'll take a 3. If y'all ready to run it, I'm ready to drop kick some zombies.
Yeah, the only Dead Island I played was when I got the access at that event I was playing at. But
Mhm.
I know a lot of people close to me have played it, and I'm hearing nothing but colorful reviews. So again, good job to them, man. I'm glad everyone's enjoying.
Lovely. Lovely. You'll love to see it. All right, moving on. We got a new trailer for the game Strayed Lights, which is an atmospheric action adventure game that's about a small light fighting its way towards balance and enlightenment, literally. Now, it's out now for about $24.99 on Steam and other platforms. How are we feeling about what we're seeing from Strayed Lights?
I think it looks pretty cool. It definitely looks something like, ah, man, there's something low key up my alley. The combos are interesting because when some of the monsters hit you, the colors change. So I guess like you have to change your color to be able to block or to do damage to specific monsters. But it looks really interesting and it looks like a very much a vibe. And for that price, it's actually not a bad. I don't think it's a bad cop at all. If you would tell me 60, I'd be like, whoa, let's relax. But
Mm.
honestly, it doesn't look like a bad time.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
no,
lie.
it does look cool. It does look cool.
Mhm. And I don't know why, but I get such like Kena Bridge of Spirits vibes from this. You know what I'm
I wanted
saying?
to say that, but just because of like how coloristic the art style is,
You know what I mean? Like
I
not
didn't want to say it.
and
But
again, not necessarily an art style, but just kind of like that bracket of like, yo, this could be a really cool experience. It doesn't cost a full 60, and it looks really engaging. Like some of the bosses here, well, pun intended, fire. Like they looking really good. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah,
Like really good boss battles. The like again, the art style and arena setups is cool. I like some of these parry and blocking features. Like I'm liking this. I'm liking this for 25. I would definitely fork up something for this and see what's happening with Straight Lights. All right, pushing forward here. Probably one of the biggest uproars from gaming in the past week has to be the reveal of Unrecord, which is a super realistic body cam FPS game that has been at the center of some big discourse. So, what did you make of the game reveal? What did you make of just the general reception? Is it too realistic? All that good stuff, man. Let's talk about it.
I think it's. I didn't really see the issues until people brought them up. Like, I'm gonna be honest about it. I kind of just saw it and I was like, "Yo, this is fucking sick." But then when people started giving like real, I guess, case scenarios of how this could affect people that are easily influenced,
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like, "Okay, yeah, I see it." But using this, you like using the concept that they have here and just applying it to literally any other thing in gaming. Like I've seen people talking about, like, imagine a Resident Evil that looked like this. When you say it like that, it's cool. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you that this is like it's like one step forward in like game development in general. Like this looks insane. You're like, whoa, this is so cool. We're getting to like a different area in gaming at this point. Like we're kind of like pushing boundaries. But then I remember I live in America and I don't I don't like that. Like I see this and I'm like, if this is a horror game, I would be seeing a completely different tone. But one, a police officer using looking hyper realistic and shooting people. Definitely not a big fan of that. I don't think I'd spend money to watch that and like play that all day. And two, even from like the perspective is like the very impressionable children because it's not like you it sucks. America sucks, and that's why we can't play this game. That's the long and short of it. It's just like there's just too many reasons why this is dangerous to have, and in a good society, in a perfect world, we would be able to play this and be like, "Whoa, this is insane. This is awesome." But unless I'm doing this in like a haunted house, shooting at like actual zombies or whatever, it looks too realistic. I can already see people like going too far with this shit. And it's not even like
Mhm.
the argument of like video games make people violent. It's not that. It's that this right here is just going to trigger people to either
Mm,
do crazy shit or like
yeah.
just like imagine just being like any kid and being like, yo, look, like imagine being a black kid in middle school and like the bullies are like, yo, look, I'm playing as a cop shooting people. Like that's like I'm like that's kind
Mm,
of fucked up. I don't know, man. Like it's just not good. It's not a good vibe. I love the technology that they're using, but they're kind of using it in a weird way.
Yeah. Have they? I haven't actually looked into it, but have the studio behind this, have they said anything? Any of the staff said anything about like where the inspiration came from? Or, like, are they devious people? Like,
We have
nah.
or
no idea, but they would never be like, "Oh, I did this because I like watching cops shoot people IRL." So, like,
nah,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
feel
Like,
like
they
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
say.
even put it past them in 2023. Like,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, nah. It's a tough one still. It's a tough one still, and it's very, very what's the word here? What's the word? It's like a tightrope situation here. It's a tightrope situation. You know what I mean? I'm trying to catch up on this article here. I tossed in from Axios. I'm pretty sure that they had some comments on it as well. What's it called? Uh, they said they understand from again a certain standpoint that what's it called? You know, they don't want to address certain what's the word I'm trying to use here? I'm drawing a blank. Let's say like touchy subjects and shit. So he's like, again, there is like real life shit that does happen in like that does happen out there, and they do want to make the game super realistic, but then they said they were going to try to avoid like like undesirable topics like that, like discrimination, racism, and all that stuff, and they're trying to like avoid all the bias takes on certain in certain situations. I'm like, okay, at least they're conscious of like how negative that shit can be. The unfortunate thing with me is if you give somebody an inch, they'll take a mile. And with the community that we have, with a lot of people who are either very impressionable, very very easy to influence, and some people who, from the bottom of the day, end of the day, they just want clout. Some things can go left very very easily, and that's the
mhm.
unfortunate social aspect of this, where it's like, damn, because I want to take this on face value and just hope that everybody can just use discernment and be like, yo, this is a game. It's super realistic. That's dope. But it doesn't reflect anything that should, what I'm saying, that should be happening in real life. It's just a really hyper realistic game. The graphics are really cool. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But the unfortunate thing is I know I don't want to see nobody, what I'm saying, doing no stupid ass like, like reenactments or no shit like this and try and equate this in any way to real life or trivialize the experience of it, because that can go left so quickly in America. Yes, 2/3 of us on this podcast live in America, so it's fully like, yo, like, bro, this shit can be taken.
Is it a story game, or is it open? Like, do you get the freedom to explore this game?
It's a story game, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, it's it is just interesting.
It sucks.
Man. It sucks. It sucks,
Yeah,
man.
that's what it feels
It's-
like. It just sucks
it
because this is
sucks.
cool, but even the technology behind it, I wouldn't want, like, because maybe they have the best intention, this developer, but if somebody takes this technology and does their own not so well intentioned shit, like you might be looking at some scarring video games. I don't know, man. It's just like I don't like this at all. Like, and
Yeah.
it sucks because you just can't. It's not their fault. It's just the way the world is right now.
Yeah. And it's crazy because one of the people who's working on this project, like, he comes from like some type of creative group or whatever. I think it was like a rap group or something like that. Oh my gosh. I think it was literally like dead ass a rap group or something, and that rap group's name was Columbine. I'm like, damn, bro, this is not a good look. This is not.
Yeah,
a good look.
this is a horrible look.
This is not a good look. This is not good. Not good at
You're
all.
not dodging the allegations, my
Facts,
friend.
bro. This is hot. This is hot right now for you. But again, it's as simple as looking at it from like, yo, this could be so dope in other places. Like, if you look at, there's a game called Paranormal Tales that's literally in that same vein of hyperrealism, but it's just for a horror game, and it came out just right around the same time. If you look it up, like, yo, crazy, it's on Steam now. I don't know if it's out yet, but a really interesting game. Again, the graphics are really realistic, and I'm just like, damn, like that's actually pretty dope. So it's a tough place and time to be in. It's a really tough place and time to be in. On face value, the game looks amazing, and this is something I would definitely, you know what I'm saying, love to check out. But then the optics within just society right now is like, damn, it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass.
Mhm.
So I would highly recommend people just use discernment and understand that it's just a video game, dog. It's just a video game. Oh, that is tough, man. I really hope nobody take this shit too far, because motherfuckers irritable, man. Honestly. All right. Moving on here. We got the trailer trope. A couple of stories came out with more TV and watchable media type stuff. First and foremost, we got the reveal of the final chapter in the Equalizer films, as Denzel is back in a new locale as he looks to protect his new life in Europe. So, thoughts on what you saw from the Equalizer 3?
This shit got me heated, bro.
Damn! Really?
I did not
Denzel?
expect that. I did not expect that.
No! Why? Not this one. I thought this was a comfort pick.
Nah. I'm not even hating. I'm just seriously worried for that man's health. Like, he's 68. Like, and he likes to do all of his stunts and stuff. Like,
How
that
old is
was
Bob?
scary.
Hold on. Let me. Now I'm about to Google how old is Bob Odenkirk.
He's 68.
No, not Denzel.
Oh,
How old is? Damn it, Bob Odenkirk 60. Shit. All right. There's still some time difference there. All right, that's fair. But
like, I was really watching this shit and I was like, yo, this man is 68. That is so scary.
Harrison Ford like 806. What you mean?
Harrison Ford ain't doing his own stunts. I don't even know if that man has done
Listen,
stunts in
walking
years.
out of his trailer is
This
a
man
stunt.
talking to me about Harrison Ford. I'm gonna turn into Dr. Umar right now.
I'm just talking about age.
No, man. The trailer looked cool. I'm excited for the film for sure. But when I saw it, I was just like, bro, they need to stop taking these elderly and forcing them to sign these film contracts, bro.
So here's the thing. I don't think anybody forced Denzel to sign that. That's a conversation you got to take up with Denzel himself. Like, I don't think anybody's like, you got to do Equalizer 3. That man decided to do that. I do agree with you that I'm not a big fan of like older actors doing crazy wild stunts, because like that shit is dangerous. I've wanted Harrison Ford to stop acting years ago, but it did look sick. I think it's dope. I saw this on Twitter and I really think that it would be a super dope idea of having like a John Wick Equalizer crossover. That would be cool. Or or have Denzel in John Wick, but I am also kind of concerned for the man's health. But I will say though, 60 isn't as old as like something like Harrison Ford. Maybe Denzel's got a couple more years left in him. Um, or maybe he can make the compromise of like I'm not doing all of my own stunts anymore, kind of thing. But yeah, no, it is something concerning, and I do think that maybe we should start investing in some new talent because we can't
We
be
really
having.
should. Like,
Listen, it's his last one, guys. It's the end of the trilogy. All right, let these young niggas shine later. All right, it's time for Denzel to wrap this up. You got 9 seconds. All right, you got 9 seconds to decide your fate, baby. It's time. Let's work.
oh man,
Denzel's leaving here with something. All right, he's leaving here with something.
he has everything.
I need a little more. I'm so tight. This was the one you went on, bro. I'm so tight. This is the one, bro, man. I'm so bad that this was the one you had problems with. I know it's for right reasons, but still, I'm like, damn. I thought it'd be smooth sailing through Equalizer 3. I'm thinking it's a Craven movie or something. I'm like, man, maybe it's something else. I don't know. Unrecord was pretty contentious this episode. It could be this. Man, damn. Oh my gosh. I'm moving on, bro. All this contention around Denzel, man. I just want peace. All right, man. We got word that a new animated Transformers movie is coming, but it will tell the origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron and their upbringing and eventual split on Cybertron. So thoughts on this?
Hold up, I'm just typing origin story of Optimus Prime.
Now before you come back with that, I will say I'm gonna butt in with this. I am here to defend this because, again, I'll point it out. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I've ever really heard of the actual origin story from when he was a youth up to now. Like, I've never heard that arc of Optimus Prime. The closest we got was War for Cybertron when he was already established and they had to leave. I've personally never heard of the direct, this is how he came up type of deal. I've never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? Throughout all my years of liking Transformers and all that stuff, I've never really heard of that origin story. So they actually might have some type of, skin in the game here. And it's animated. So you have even more skin in the game. You didn't have to go live action. You don't have no random ass white man like John Cena or Mark Wahlberg in there. It's just robots. So we have a lot of traction here, in my opinion. All right, back to you. Go ahead. That's all I had to say.
Nah. Before King gets back with the entire synopsis of what the movie's gonna be about, I do think that this is a way better look. Honestly, I really want them to stop making the live action ones. I haven't seen the newest one. My boy Usnavi from In the Heights is in it, and so I feel like I have to watch that one. But I'm not really excited for it. I also feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, Transformers was at its height when it was an animated series. So I don't know why we're changing up the formula now.
Listen, John was crack. It's crack.
I don't know. I get it, but I also just wish that y'all just chilled on this franchise, because Michael Bay ran that into the ground and then started digging. That's what he did with that. So
I'm gonna keep it a stack. He had the hot hand for a little bit, but then he lost it. So
when did he lose it? What movie out of that franchise did he lose it?
After the second one, everything after the second one was ass. I'm sorry, I didn't like it.
Was the second one the racist robots?
No, was it?
The ones where it's oh my, was that the third one then?
It might have been the third one. It might have been the third. But Transformers and then Transformers Revenge of the Fallen was heat. I'm sorry. And they had Tyrese in them. Come on, man. Let's stop. Whenever Tyrese left is when you knew stuff went left. That's all I'm saying. If you start with Tyrese, you got to finish with Tyrese, or else stuff is not going to happen well for your project. That's just the hallmark of Hollywood show business. You need to know that off the rip. But that's another thing for another day.
Transformers 2 had the racist twins.
Oh, those. Yeah, okay. That was a stain on it. That was a stain. But overall, it was good.
That was like a stain on a shirt straight out of a barbecue buffet, bro.
Hey, but the shirt was Balenciaga something, man. It was nice. It was a nice pattern, bro. He even had the mini bot at the end. They turned to the jet, bro. I mean, it wasn't really a mini bot, but like he took the old parts off the old dude. But it was basically a mini bot that turned him into like the flying Optimus. Like it was.
There
heat.
were some cool parts. Yes.
It was heat. But again, everything after the second was a complete drop off a cliff. It was a complete for me. It was a complete drop off the cliff.
Wait, hold on. Didn't Prime
wait a minute.
beat? Hold on.
Wait a minute. Except this is the one qualifying thing. Did Optimus Prime fight all them people by himself in the second or third one? I'm pretty sure it was the second one.
I think he died in the second one and then came back
and then
to life.
they brought him back with the Matrix. We're okay. We're good.
Yeah,
it was the second one. All right, so I'm still on track. All right, cool. I was like, Kyle, what happened?
No, I was saying Prime beat the shit out of Bumblebee, then got jumped by like 20 niggas.
Yeah, that was the second.
That is the exact synopsis of what happened in the movie.
That was the second one. Yeah, he was sitting there.
That's
like,
when you can say a motherfucker fell off. Because what?
Hey man, it is what it is. It is. He fought Bumblebee in the second one? No, you capping. No,
he beat the shit out of that yellow. Oh my god,
that was not Bumblebee. Was it Bumblebee?
Crutches. Yeah.
Optimus did it.
Yeah. Remember when he betrayed all the Autobots? They took him over somehow, and then he was just beefing everyone. And then Bumblebee tried to stop him. He's like, the power of friendship.
Oh, this is the last night. Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay.
And then he boxed the shit out of him, and then he got jumped.
Yeah, okay, I'm thinking about a different one. I was thinking about a different one. Okay, well, we're on the same page.
Listen, they all blend together because none of them were really that good. The only one that was memorable was the first one because it was the first one. That's the only. That was the only saving grace.
Let's slow your brakes here. I'm sorry. The second one was pretty solid. I ain't gonna lie here. Second one was pretty solid. I will defend. I will cape for the first two. The rest y'all can have. I don't care.
No, I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad. I'm watching this
more than Denzel.
No, I'm heated right now. Mark Wahlberg just swung a sword at a Transformer,
bro. The last night was ass.
Nah, bro.
That one was.
Last night was dog.
That one was almost illegal. How bad it was,
bro.
Yo, he swung a sword that just came out of nowhere at a Transformer, and he just took it. All right, man.
So long story short, I'm glad it's going back to an animated format.
Yeah,
literally. What?
Well, listen,
and it's gonna be designed. Is it gonna be made by Mappa? Because I feel like Mappa does everything animated.
Mappa would cook this low key.
They would cook.
They would cook.
Bro.
A Transformers anime with Mappa. Oh my goodness, that would be insane. That would actually be insane, man. Like, only thing I would want. I don't know if we've seen it yet, like exactly, but like, give me Unicron, bro. Give me Unicron. I just want to see it. I just want to see what it would look like. You know what I'm saying? And we'd be straight. That's my personal request, though. That's just me being a fucking nerd. Yeah, we're locked in. We're locked in. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested. I was about to say, Kyan went looking at me like, what is this nigga talking about? The fuck?
Bro, I understand, dog. I grew up with those movies too, dog. I remember going to the movie theater and watching those things with my aunt and like I think my aunt took me and my brother and my cousins, and we went to that one, we went to the second one. I think the third one was when they were like, yo, we're not going to these movies no more. And I was like, valid. Like, I get it. They were sick. I remember I liked Transformers so much. I bought the Nintendo DS game for that because they had a Decepticon version and an Autobot version. Those games were dummy mid, but I played the shit out of them Jones because you could like scan cars and transform into them. It was nuts.
It was hot.
Unicron just looks like the Metal Odin.
Yes, the nigga's literally like he's basically the Earth. He's literally Earth, or at least in Transformers. But the nigga's ridiculous, bro. Unicron is honestly an actual demon. I love it. I love his designs, but that's just a whole nother thing. That's an unknown fact about me has just been revealed. There we go. I was about to say
that you're a huge Transformers fan.
I mean, I'm a decent Transformers fan, but I just like Unicron because I'm like,
I don't know, bro.
That's
for the two.
Okay, just the first
that's a pretty
two.
Big fan.
But the first two is pretty decent, though. But the first two are decent. I'm just standing up for decency. Come on, man. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. But Damn, I'm gonna look like a super fucking caper going back to back with this shit. Oh my gosh. In the next topic, we got some peeps of information on the Craven project coming from Sony, and we're hearing it will be rated R. As early footage was rumored to show some gory sights of a Craven tearing through some paramilitary corporations and security and all that good stuff, as well as the reveal that Rhino will be the antagonist of the movie. So, thoughts on this?
Yo, they're doing anything to make a Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man.
Without Spider-Man. And I'm so conflicted because it pisses me off, but I love Craven. So I'm pissed. I'm actually pissed. I'm going to have to go see this movie because I like him so much. But this is, bro, I don't know if you saw the descriptions of the scenes, right? But there was this one part, but it was like, you don't want to know why they call me the Rhino. I'm pretty sure that's what the guy that, Rhino says it. And then I think the word what they were using was transforms into the Rhino. And I was like, the fuck you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean transforms?
Huh?
What do you mean transforms into Rhino? What explain that logic. Because if he transforms into Rhino, y'all have done something very wrong. Y'all have done something very, very off pocket. That is not it. No. So I'm mortally worried for this movie. But I'm still very excited for this movie at the same time because I see Craven. So this is a very shite position to be in, if you ask me. Because
I think you're the only person in this position. I think
Yes.
you're the only person who is happy and worried about this
yes,
movie.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't doubt that. At this point in time, I don't doubt that. I really don't. And it's gonna suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I gonna be? Will I force myself to watch this? Yes, absolutely. But will I be happy if it's ass? No, absolutely not. I wanna make sure the price of like PS5s goes down drastically if this movie's ass. And this is just a byproduct of Sony Entertainment, Sony Pictures being ass. I want everything to go down if this is not good, which it most likely will be. So, tough days ahead. Oh my gosh, man. Why couldn't you just get Spider-Man to do it? Why couldn't y'all just reconcile or give Marvel everything? This is the ups and downs of business, bro. These guys realized too little, too late that Spider-Man is profitable, so they wanted to make a series with everybody but Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, we'll keep on all his villains. I'm like, you dumbass, just give it to Marvel. Let's keep it. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it consistent here.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid on their part. I want PlayStation to kind of understand that they just can't do every single thing to make the money. Like I think that's just like their MO or like their motto is like we're gonna do every little thing that we can. Like if we believe we can do it, we're not gonna let anybody else do it. And you see that across a lot of their things, even like cross-platform, all that stuff. Like they just don't let other people like help them make money because they want the whole pot. And it works out in some places. Like I love Sony cameras. A lot of like Sony products are dope, but in things like this, like you guys are literally like you guys are butchering this franchise just to scrape the little bit of change you could get out because you're not going to get a Marvel opening day. Like you're not going to get a Spider-Man No Way Home opening day on this at all. But they don't realize that they're okay with making significantly less money if they can keep all of it.
Yeah, that pissed me off. I'm sorry, bro. I'm looking the more I think about this, bro. Like transformed into Rhino. When the fuck does that nigga transform into Rhino? The nigga just is Rhino.
Also,
or just puts on the man.
You know, I don't even watch trailers, so the fact that you thought I would read the scenes,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
you're bugging. I don't know who you think you're talking to, but do you think I'm gonna read spoilers of my own volition? Yeah.
Oh man, the spirit of Charles took over me for a second. My fault, man. Well, I was just excited because I saw Craven's name. My bad. For fuck's sake, Sony. For fuck's sake. Anyways, moving on. So the head of PlayStation has confirmed that there's one animated project in the works from their TV movie divisions. So out of the confirmed projects so far, what could it be?
And what are the confirmed? Do you have what the confirmed projects are? Because I'm gonna just go for it.
Last of Us Season 2. The Gran Turismo movie, obviously not. Twisted Metal. The Horizon series. God of War on Amazon Prime. Ghost Tsushima. Days Gone. And Gravity Rush.
I would love for it to be Gravity Rush because I feel like that would be the one show that I'm most interested in because it seems so different. But my money's on Ghost of Tsushima or Horizon because I feel like I keep sleeping on Horizon and then something of Horizon comes out and I'm like, oh, I forgot about this. So money's on Ghost of Tsushima or Horizon.
I ain't gonna lie. The more I look at this, the more I think it's not any of this on the list.
Really? What do you think it is? You think it's something new?
Hopefully, I hope it's something different, bro. Like, honestly, since the infrastructure is already there for an animated thing, maybe something like, I don't know if they'll give Sly Cooper another shot because it did have a theatrical release and it didn't do too hot. I don't know if they'll.
It
do
had
that.
a what?
It had a movie, didn't it?
I would check that.
Wait, hold on, wait. Or was a movie like featured or rumored to come out or feature? I swear there was like
It was rumored.
Hold on, wait.
I don't think that movie ever came out, my friend.
Hold on. Oh yeah, I could be bugging. Oh no, there was a trailer for it in 2016.
There was like a concept trailer for it.
And
yes.
it got canceled.
Yep.
That's why. That's my brain. That's my brain trying to pull it out. Okay. It got canceled, but there was a trailer. There was something. So I think there could be something there with that. Or something of a series about Jak and Daxter. If you give me Precursor Legacy in some type of animated format and let that simmer with the people and let the people love it and let the people say that, hey, yo, we want a game for this, bro. And they, oh, maybe we should make a game for this, bro. Maybe that would be pretty cool. And they make a game. That's the ultimate Galaxy Brain way to bring Jak and Daxter back. I will happily do that.
Jak and Daxter was one of the first games that I remember ever playing, like as a child, were Super Mario World and Jak and Daxter. I'm a huge Jak and Daxter fan. Have been a fan for almost all my life. And when I tell you that game is never coming out, I've accepted that. I've moved on. I've grown. I'm a huge Jak and Daxter fan, but I'm very well aware Naughty Dog has no interest in making that franchise. So unless they sell it to Activision, we're not seeing new Jak and Daxter.
Hey man, hey, I just think you got a bad perspective on it, and in my humble opinion,
I live off of a bad perspective. That's who I am at that point. I'm not disagreeing with you there. But if I see a Jak and Daxter game in any point in my life that isn't a remaster or like no, it would have to be a remaster. I can't even believe they would reboot it. I'd be so happy and I'll eat my words. I'll give you another $1, but I don't believe that it's happening.
Listen, man, I don't know. I would just hope it's something. Now, I mean, if you think about all the confirmed projects so far, Last of Us Season 2, no. Gran Turismo, we already saw a trailer, no. Twisted Metal, maybe Twisted Metal. I have to see what the casting and direction was like to even suggest it was. Horizon, maybe. But I did see another article that said, oh, we want to treat Horizon how we treat God of War and Last of Us. So that leads me to believe it's also live action. But no. God of War on Amazon Prime, no. Ghost of Tsushima, we already got Chad Zaleski on it. No, it's gonna be live action. What's it called? Days Gone. I don't care. Gravity Rush.
Nobody cares, bro. What
Yo,
the
if they
hell?
make a Days Gone anything, I'm gonna be pissed.
It's already a confirmed project. Like, who gives a damn about that? It's just Sons of Anarchy
No
with some zombies
way.
in it. Who cares?
Unless they let Kojima direct it. And don't ask me why I would want Kojima to direct it, but I could see him being like, I want to direct a show. And I could see him easily calling Norman Reedus. Unless that's the combo on this, I don't want it.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, Sony are in decent rapport with him because of Death Stranding and stuff. But
everybody's in decent rapport with him, bro. He's the GOAT. Who's gonna cross Kojima? Kojima could walk in, spit a piece of gum into a textbook and hand it to Sony like that's the next game. They'd be like, thank you. We'll get started on making copies of this.
The motherfucker that crossed him in the first place, Konami don't fuck with him.
I mean, yeah, but like, look at Konami now. They're trying to sell NFTs.
Hey,
What was the last Konami game? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Who's winning? Who won?
Oh man. Oh man.
That's tough, bro. Hey, listen. Listen, you can send 2, not 3 Konami codes for games, Konami. You know what I'm saying? When you got some stuff coming through. We need to promo some stuff. Just send 2. Just send 2 through. It's all good.
Y'all can send 2. That'll be fine. Y'all gonna get Pachinko VR. And I'm gonna have fun delivering packages.
That's crazy. But back to the topic. Out of this list, I just don't think there's anything that's Gravity Rush should be the closest thing, but I'm pretty sure that could be live action too. And I'm pretty sure they would opt for live action on that stuff.
it would be. I think it would be a crazy live action movie. Like I would love for them to make it a live action movie, but if they made it an anime, that would also be really really good. Like I think no matter which way you go, it'd be sick.
Yeah, so I don't think it's gonna be. I feel like they would opt for Gravity Rush. I feel like that's a really like like a visceral like visual view. You know what I mean? Like, that's a really like visually enticing type of project for
Yeah,
Gravity Rush. So I feel like they would go live action for that. Try and pin somebody that's notable on it as an actress. Um, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You could give me that. You for an animated project. I think it could be a Sly. It could be Jack and Daxter, much to Wen's, what I'm saying, distaste and negative energy towards it. Uh,
hate.
hey, hell, it could be Little Big Planet. It could be Sackboy doing some random shit. We don't know.
Oh, that might be it.
Oh,
That might be it. Actually,
ooh.
that would be hard. I'd watch it.
A Little
Like
Big
as a
Planet
kid
movie
movie,
could slap. A Little Big
like
Planet
a
movie could
Toy
slap.
Story esque.
Nah,
I don't know.
they'd have to turn that into a series like they did with similar to like how they did Cuphead.
Yeah, that would be
Have you
hard.
have you seen? Oh my god, it's like a movie coming out. Something. I think it's like Marshall, and it's like a little
Mm,
like shell that's walking around. Like it's like weird. It's kind of like
stop
stop motion
motion.
or whatever.
Mm.
But it's like such a cute little like story of like this shell like walking around trying to find its family or whatever the fuck. If they did something like that where it's like Sackboy is just like Sackboy's big adventure and he's literally just walking around like everyday like city, like going from a suburb to a busy town, all that shit. I think that shit would be a banger, bro.
I mean, that's a shout. That's a shout. There's a lot of room. I'm just hoping that they pick a good something. I mean, there's a lot of real estate. There's a lot of real estate. You just pick something and go. But I just want something animated though. So as long as they got something animated coming, I'm down.
Yeah, me too.
Word. All right, man. Moving on to our main story of this week. With the Street Fighter showcase in the books, a demo and a lot of details on World Tour and some other odds and ends of what you can get into on Street Fighter 6 were revealed. So how are we feeling about the different things being set up in game?
I um I saw the trailer. It was pretty cool. If you're somebody who's a very big casual fan of Street Fighter, somebody who's like, this game looks fun, but I don't know if it's for me because I don't play Street Fighter like that. This is the demo for you. This is not the demo for me. I downloaded it and I was like super excited to get my hands on it. I saw that they had like the battle, like the regular 1v1, like the local multiplayer thing open, and I was
Mm.
like, oh, they fucked up. I'm about to lab forever, and they had like two characters in there. So I was like, damn, I can't really lab at all. Um, you are able to like make your character and play a little bit of the story mode. And I think that right there is a perfect segue for anybody who's interested, even remotely. Just download the demo, give it a try. It takes maybe 20 minutes to 20 to 30 minutes to get through the whole thing, but you really get a good idea of how the game plays and like all the single player content that's going to be available to it. It felt like a lower budget Yakuza game, which
Mm.
is an insane value when you
Yeah,
think that this is
that's
only like
that's good.
a third of the game that you're buying, kind of thing. Big fan of like the graphics. It ran really well on PlayStation. I feel like it ran better on my PC, but we'll see what this it's yet to be tested. But it was really fun, honestly. I think it was really dope. The showcase was kind of cool. It could have been a little bit shorter just because all that, I mean, they were talking about a lot of stuff. So like I just was more interested in like a beta or getting my hands on it. I will say this, I've been saying that Street Fighter has one of the best marketings for this game. I'm going to say that they've been doing a little bit too much. I feel like if they would have started 1 month later, I would be happier because in the last showing, they showcased like DLC for the next year. Like summer, the first DLC character is going to drop in the summer, and like they showed the first four for the first year. And I'm like, this is cool, but this is an announcement you should have made like a week or two into the game's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much stuff are you going to be able to keep? How much content are you going to be able to keep pumping out while the game comes out? Unless they have a lot of things planned, showing me this showcase 1 month before the game releases, like, bro, I need this more than a month. I need this today, bro. Like you're teasing me at this point. I want to play this game right now, dog. I got 20-minute gameplay of like the custom character and walking around the city. It's cool, but I want it now, bro. Where's the open betas? I want to play this game today, bro.
Hey man, you horny as hell for Street Fighter. I could tell. It's
I
just
need it.
crazy. Oh man, that's too funny, bro. That's too funny. But I will say this, man. There is there's an element of casual experiences that Street Fighter usually seems to get every time around. You know what I'm saying? There's the arcade modes, there's like, little extra points here and there. I think, in patches they really do have some good stuff. Maybe they're probably like in that ballpark. We know Mortal Kombat has like the test your luck modes. I'm thinking about the casual experiences or other auxiliary experiences that add to the full game itself, beyond the gameplay, beyond the competitive modes, beyond like, all that stuff. There's a few, games that actually achieve that very well and create an environment around the gameplay and the pure fight itself. You know what I mean? Of course, it's the whole journey of you becoming a good fighter, you know what I'm saying, improving yourself, actually doing like, better stuff in ranked, all that good jazz. But then outside of that, it's not really much outside of labbing, fighting, you know what I'm saying, and doing what you got, do what you got to do just to improve as a fighter. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much beyond that. What Street Fighter is seeming to do is create additional lifespan beyond just that. Oh, I'm playing ranked and I'm improving at a fight. I'm improving my skills. They're creating like literally the battle hub. They're creating a whole social experience. They're creating a whole social experience. They give you a whole RPG ass game that you can again play and replay, add different characters, find different move sets, a lot of different customizable options that you can get lost in for a really long time in World Tour mode. You have the battle hub stuff where you can connect with friends, the lobby stuff. We heard about clubs as well the other day where you can again just like all be in basically like a clan. Yeah, can whether like lab up together, you know what I'm saying, create whole new sessions. Like there's a lot of stuff that's going into the quality of life of a social, of a longer lifespan of everything, just everything outside of the fight. And if done correctly, which I think they're on the right path of, this will be probably one of the longest lifespans of a fighting game we may ever see in terms of the casual fan base and overall. Because usually, of course, these games will stick around for about like a good 4 or 5 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, When fighting games will stick around for a good 4 or 5 years till the next iteration of that series is out, and then people will migrate to the next one and do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see this being a community hub and having a stronger presence over its entire lifespan than any other fighting game I've probably ever seen before. I'm gonna be real. Just by looking at it, just by looking at all the different modes, looking at all the different things they have to support, different lanes of gameplay. Whether you're going in for the hardest stuff ever, you're trying to put people on a faces. Whether you're trying to look for story and casual time, whether you have a group of friends and either you're just trying to run sets with the most competitive people or you're trying to get people into the game. It seems like they're creating environments for all these subsets of people who are looking at fighting games, who are avid fighting gamers. They're creating they're creating community for all that stuff. They're facilitating that in a lot of the stuff that they're doing. And this could be the most consistent, you know, a most consistent strength to strength type of experience we see in a fighting game ever. That's what I think. This is looking really really good from a lot of different angles. They might be showing us a little bit too much. I'm not even mad at you on that. They might be showing us a little bit too much, but everything we've seen so far, to me, it points to the fact that this could be something that that gets everybody involved, not just a few with the what I'm saying, like the fighting game elites or the fighting game enthusiasts. This can get everybody involved and keep them there for a really long time, which is something that is not the easiest for fighting games to achieve. I'll be honest. I don't think it's going to be the easiest thing for fighting games to achieve. In general, it hasn't been for the long time, but having the hardcore and the casuals and keep them consistently locked into an experience, this is something that Street Fighter 6 can achieve for a long time if they keep this up.
Yeah, I agree. It's something that we've been kind of waiting for, and especially since the very mixed reception of Street Fighter Five. I'm sure that a lot of the Street Fighter community that migrated to other games are coming back, and a lot of the people who are playing other games, like Guilty Gear or playing other 2D fighters, are gonna be like, this game looks like everything that I would want in a fighting game, and it's backed by a big company. So the biggest problem with some fighting games is that they kind of die out because of lack of content or lack of just upkeep. This is backed by Capcom. It's Street Fighter, Tekken, and Mortal Kombat are games that have such a long lifespan because of the companies that are backing them, and because of the big like pool of players that have been playing it for years. I think that this is going to be like a new era of fighting games, and I also think that it's going to be a great place to start as a casual fan, even if you're not interested in playing online or playing like getting really really good at the game. I would say download this demo, try it, and if you're like vaguely interested, if you're like, man, you know what, this is kind of fun. Wait for a sale, wait for whatever, because these games are very notorious for going on sale. If you're somebody who doesn't want to like pay for all the characters or whatever, wait for like the arcade edition or something. Tap in, because I think that this is the best way to start. If you want to get into fighting games, this is the best entry for that, for this franchise,
Hmm.
for this genre.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. From everything I've seen so far, I fully agree. I feel like the easy part for fighting games is getting somebody in the door. The easier thing to do is definitely getting somebody engaged for the first time. Like, oh, this is a new fighting game. Fighting games is cool. Let's see what this is about. The hard part is keeping them there, and that's where everything else comes into play. And Street Fighter 6 looks like it has more than enough to keep people locked in time. So I'm I'm sold. I've been sold for a long time, but this is kind of, what I'm saying, added to my sentence of how long I'm gonna be within Street Fighter 5, getting my ass beaten until I figure it out. Yeah, I was about to say no anger, no anger, Kai. Yeah, that's
No,
good.
no, no. We good. We good.
All right. With that being said, that's all we got for this episode, man. That's all the notes I have. Anything that we might have missed from this past week? Anything that might have slipped by us in terms of topics?
I don't think so. The only thing is, Valorant's premiere mode actually launches tonight.
Oh, nice.
The first beta, so that's going to be interesting. I'll speak about that on the next episode. But aside from that, I don't think so.
Lovely, lovely. Off the top of my head, man. What's it called? The Knicks are 3-1 up in the NBA. This is lovely stuff. You know what I'm saying? My football team's gonna give me a heart attack, but what else is new? Uh, in terms of new stuff, yeah, nah, not really much. Just trying to keep on keeping on with all this different, what I'm saying, stuff that's in the air. But yeah, hey, listen, shout outs to all y'all. We can close this joint out. Let's, what I'm saying, let's hear from when 4090, 4080, 4070, 40 series easy.
Make sure you guys drink your water, relax, everything. If it's a game, bro, remember it's a game, and yeah, man, just take care of yourself.
Word, word. King, thoughts, your final notes before we get up out of here.
Stop forcing all the actors to participate in films.
Oh my gosh. This man talking like you gonna see Denzel. He's like, I'm gonna get you out of there. I'm gonna get you out of there.
Legit.
Oh my gosh. I'm dead. Um my closing notes are you can't review bomb in real life. You can't review bomb in real life if people are face to face with you. So don't do it online, guys. Don't do it online. Try and review bomb one of you bum ass losers. Try and go on a date if you can in real life, and then try and review bomb in real time. I dare you. I dare you. That's gonna be a funny ass reaction. Some of y'all might actually try and do it though, which don't do it. Just save yourselves the embarrassment. Anyways, though, my actual closing note is make sure you tell everybody in your life you love them, man. Real shit. Life is fast. Life is crazy, but we gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it takes, I know I can make it through. No Degrassi. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you rate this podcast 5 stars, man. Make sure you rate it 5 stars. He made it all the way through to the end of this podcast, man. Make sure you drop a comment on the YouTube video. What should we say for a comment, man? If somebody made it through. We gonna say Kai is mad. We gonna say Kai is mad. We're just gonna put that on. Say Kai is mad if you made it to the end of the episode. And make sure you rate us 5 stars on all audio platforms, all that good stuff. Just type in No Cooldown. You'll find us right there. YouTube.com/@NoCooldown. Go check out Wotaku channel, WOTAKU channel for Wen's content. and went easy on all the platforms. Go check out King VIII. That's Kxng VIII on all digital platforms. Find his good stuff. Find all of his dope work. You know what I'm saying? That matchup on all platforms. Make sure you check out all of my stuff that I got going on. And without further ado, that has been episode 65 of No Cooldown Podcast. And we are out of there.